Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Response on Play podcast. I'm Jake, and as you can see, we're somewhere near Sydney. Tried visiting the OCE Nats, ended up a little off, and it's wet. With me, I've got
Steph with an upside down smiley face, dry in the boat.
Andrew, I'm glad I'm not in the water.
Brian, very glad I'm not in the water. Can't swim.
James, I can swim, but I don't want to be in the water either.
Yeah, thanks guys.
You're
So
welcome.
speaking of the OCE Nats, congratulations to Zane Landrigan. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, sorry. Correct me when you see me at Worlds. And I figure we could take a look at the meta breakdown, see kind of what characters showed up in the highest percentages, and maybe chat about them. Maybe if this has any indication of North America.
Yeah, I will say what we saw of that final match, the Mimic v Mimic, it was longer than I expected, with 2 Mimics. There was some talk of milling out to end the game. I missed what actually happened at the end. But
That's what happened at the end.
He milled out.
Yeah, it did mill out.
How did this happen on a Mimic deck? Are they not as aggro as I thought they were?
I think they are. You just have to kind of, when you're in that aggro v aggro matchup, so they either didn't find it fast enough or they were both afraid to pull the trigger, because if they didn't find lethal, they're just dead on their turn.
So they were just playing defensive.
Both players had 3-4 Knots Flasks and at least 3 soups. So there was a lot of damage negation. So whenever one Mimic player drew like a hand of attacks and just had to look at the other Mimic's board and just say, can I get through that damage negation? No. All right, I guess I build 2 pass. Let's see if he can do it. Which I think is what happened a lot during this match. I didn't catch all of it, unfortunately, but I saw a good chunk of game 2, and that's honestly what it felt like to me.
Yeah, and I mean, that would just compound, especially with the assets that they had available to Knots Flask, vertical maneuvering the longer the game went on, and they had these harder and harder boards to break through. It just became a point where someone was going to mill out because they just continued to build and could not find, convincing enough line to get through those increasingly defensive stages.
I was the only one who did my homework here for this part. I was the only one who watched this.
As usual.
The first game went super fast. Zane basically just went, hey, here's a bunch of attacks. Sorry, you can't block them all. And then they both sided defensively. And I think that was where they were both like, oh, yeah, because they're running the same list because they're both test partners.
Oh, that's
both
funny.
Friends.
Wow.
So they're running the same, I think the almost exact same list. We haven't seen the actual lists to know that for sure. But they practiced together for this tournament.
So they super knew each other's decks too. That's funny.
It's a freaking Filsame and Iwata freaking gif of them just going at it with punches. That's what I'm picturing right now.
One interesting topic about that, though, is the top 8, 5 of the top 8 chaos lists. Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
No.
Determined Advance. It's just very good.
Yeah.
Determined Advance and just the chaos symbol, just having a lot of good tools in the symbol.
Agreed.
And a lot of momentum style.
Yeah, they just have so many good tools, which both offensively and defensively. There's just the chaos really does get to play the game on both turns, as much
Thanks
as
a lot,
it wants to.
Godzilla.
No problem.
Steph speaks for every Godzilla.
I do.
Can I get a price check on Determined Advanced, Andrew?
The low price for it right now is $40. So it's gone down a little bit.
That's not bad. That's better. They heard our feedback last episode.
Yeah.
Please lower the price. Oh, no. Yeah, you got it.
Anything
you're right.
for you. Oh,
Perfect.
this is Response on Play? I'm sorry.
That's what they said out loud.
They said that out loud. They called us.
That's what
they rung us up on the internet.
Yeah.
That's what President TCG Player said. No, it's like, oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, John TCG Player himself
TCG
said
Old
said,
us.
he called us and said, "Hey, we're sorry about the prize to determine advance. We'll knock it off." And I was like, "Thank you, John TCG Player. I'll see you next week for our 18 holes." So that's pretty cool.
And there's another short. Anyway.
No, I'm like 5'10". I'm not short. So the meta
Speaking of
breakdown.
short, Mimic.
Speaking of short, the mimic, breakdown, the meta breakdown. This one, the breakdown for OCE Nationals. I'm just gonna run through this real quick and we'll chat about it. We got 10.9% Mimic, big amount. 8.7% Sasha Blouse, Food Fanatic, pretty cool. 6.5% Bertolt Hoover Living Weapon. 6.5% Godzilla King of the Monsters. 6.5% King Ghidorah. 4.3% Jester.
Wow.
4.3% Vexalia.
Who?
4.3% Izuku on the move. A couple Deku dudes out there in OC like that. And then 50% others. That's a big amount of others. I'm glad that he's seeing play.
So for anybody who doesn't want to do the math, 10.9% of the pool is 5 people. 8.7 is 4 people. 6.5 is 3 people. 4.3 is 2 people.
Nice. And how much is 50%?
The other 23.
Rad. That's actually pretty cool considering OCE Nats was 46.
Yes. That would be, I said 23 for 50%. You just times 2.
I didn't put that together. I'm just going based off what I remember of the number we talked about. But,
Jake can't do math. That's why he's in the water.
Cannot do math. That's probably why we didn't end up making it to OCE Nats. Maybe next year. But I think this is really cool. Not looking forward to seeing a lot of Mimic. I know he's doing a lot of cool stuff right now for some people. Not a fan. Sasha, that's interesting. I kind of want to look at those lists and see where we go from there. Bertolt, I'm not surprised there's any amount of Bertolt, Godzilla, King Ghidorah on here. Jester, Vex, and Izuku, though, that's interesting. Even though it was only like 2 people, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, I just really like seeing versatility in these big events. It's just a nice thing to see when other card games just have. I mean, this game has it too, where there's this group of decks that are going to be there, but you still have with Universus, you still have the majority. It's like, nah, I'm just playing my pet deck, or nah, I think this is really good in the meta, so I'm playing this fringe stuff. So why not? That's what's really cool with these big events, in my opinion, is what I like to see.
The cool thing about those showing up is out of top 8, it was 3 Mimics, a Sasha, a Jester, a King Ghidorah, a Hanj, and 1 Bertolt.
Hanj 2 specifically.
Correct.
Hanj 2, 4 eyes, I believe.
4
right?
eyes. Yep. So it's pretty cool. Like that, for that being top 8, being 3 Mimics, and finalists did come down to the Mimic Mirror again. Congratulations to Zane. That's a pretty cool top 8 in my personal opinion.
I think it could be cooler. I think it's missing something.
What is it missing? Enlighten me.
A King of the Monsters, perhaps. Just a suggestion.
Doesn't ring a bell.
I will say it's cool that there was 31 unique characters based on the math.
I'm more curious. We knew some of these. We knew were going to show up. I'm just for my own curiosity. I'd like to see what 23 other characters were played, just to see what other.
I just want to see this Vex list.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you played Vexalia? What does this list look like?
I'm always trying to figure out the Critical Role characters that we have currently. So I'm seeing the Vexalia on this pie chart. I'm like, what is this list?
I'm also interested in the Sasha here for sure. We have someone at our locals that's been playing Sasha for a few weeks, and characters very cool.
Mhm.
It's kind of made me want to try them out, and so
Same.
I'd like to see what these decks look like.
Yeah, like before Tuesday, I would have been surprised to see Sasha on here, but after playing against our locals guy, I'm not surprised because it was really good.
Yeah, this version seems cool. Like I played against it a couple of weeks ago from my locals. A couple of people have been playing it, and it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. Anything else you want to talk about on the meta breakdown?
No further responses.
For the responses. Thank you guys for tuning into the Responsible Play podcast.
Is it?
That's it. That's it. We're done.
Sweet. Easy mode for me.
Easy. I do want to move into one sidebar before we get to the next actual full topic. I did want to say thank you and big shout outs to Sam Tate. We wanted to give a big ups, us from Responsible Play. Wanted to give Sam Tate a big ups and a thank you, even though I don't believe any of us attended the webcam
I didn't
event.
get to, unfortunately.
Due to schedules and other things. We do appreciate him pushing so hard for Webcam Warrior. Also, side shout out to, I believe, one of the Undefeated at Locals guys who was pushing it really hard in the Facebook groups and talking to people. I love to see any amount of positivity when it comes to like kind of helping with webcam. I know a lot of people have been upset that webcam events hadn't been had kind of been dropped. And really, the main way to get them back on the rotation is to show UVS that there's worthwhile, that people are going to show up for them.
That will put in the time.
They'll put in the time, effort, money, because at the end of the day, they are a company. They do have to make money. They have to do things for their player base, and they can't do everything for free on a whim. So they have to see that we want it, and that's just the way it is. But thankfully, we've got players like Sam Tate that are willing to take a step up and try to help make sure that stuff maintains. So once again, big thank you to Sam Tate. We appreciate the work you're putting in for the Webcam Warrior stuff.
Now for a word from our sponsors.
Sam Tate.
Sam Tate, sponsored by Sam Tate.
Can you imagine?
We need to call him. Get him in the bit.
Get him in the bit. On to next, we're talking about this year, guys. What do you think when you think of the new year?
2025.
Thanks.
Wow.
New Year's resolutions, maybe some changes.
Yeah, maybe things we want to do different or better than last year.
I think a lot of like New Year's resolutions. I think of aspirations and kind of like looking ahead.
And looking back.
Not really. Last year happened. I wasn't there for it, so
That's none of my business.
You weren't there for last year?
Missed the train.
You weren't there for last year at all.
Gonna sweep that under the rug. That year, not worried about it.
Not worried about it. It can't hurt me anymore until I think about it late at night when I'm trying to sleep. Anyway, enough of that. Looks like UVS has some upcoming stuff for us this year as well. I'm just going to read some of their excerpt from Discord. And kind of go their expert excerpt.
Excerpt. Say it. Expert excerpt.
Expert. I'm gonna
while you're in the water.
I'm gonna read these words posted by somebody from UVS about things they're doing this year. Thank you, and good night. So it starts off. Last December, we reached out to the community with a question: what is one impactful change UVS games could make to elevate the player experience in 2025? And if your answer wasn't response on play, sorry, it's kind of what you got. Best we could do.
Best we can do.
Best we could do. Not UVS, us. We couldn't do anything better. We tried. We were blown away by over 200 responses. Here are some of the exciting things we're doing in 2025 based on your feedback. Not us, UVS. Official judge program. We're bringing judge program functions to the UGN. Get ready for features like judge exams, judge points, judge promos, and more. Our goal is to start rolling out these updates during the 2025 cycle. Stay tuned for more details.
Did they not already have a judge program?
They had like
yes and no.
They had like a skeleton of a judge program. It wasn't necessarily like a full-fledged program. It was just more of here's an exam, for you to take to just become a judge. There was no like level tiers that some other card games have for their judge programs. It was pretty much just take an exam, boom, you're a judge. But there was like no like added incentive or reward you got for like judging like local qualifiers or what have you. So there wasn't really any incentive to be a judge.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do also believe that they had that cringe judge title. It was like Sensei or something.
Yes,
Sensei?
they did it.
How dare you call
it
that
used to be called
cringe?
like Sensei. It's hella cringe.
That's
like
sick as
what
hell.
you know what I
Dude,
think of when
Master
I think of
Splinter is a sensei.
Master Splinter is cool as hell, and he can be a sensei, but being a sensei does not make you cool as hell.
Wrong.
What I think of sensei, I think of Rex from Napoleon Dynamite for Rex Kwon-Do. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
He just didn't want to ever refer to me as sensei, so that's why he thinks it's dumb.
Yeah.
Would
That makes
never-
sense. Actually, that explains a lot. I was like, actually, I
Makes a
respect
lot
teachers
more
a lot.
Would never, will never.
I only respect senseis, not teachers.
That's true, actually. Yeah, if they have that title sensei, it's better than teacher.
But yeah, like their judge program kind of bare bones. One thing I don't really know. This says say like judge promos and more. I'm hoping for like judge. I would like to see like judge special arts, things that are unique to judges, not just here's a card that has the judge stamp on it.
Yes,
It's functionally the same as every other version, but somewhere on the card we put the word judge. I think that's kind of boring. Plus it limits the tradability. I actively trade to not get judge cards, actually, because I don't like the stamps. I don't like the little thing. And somebody's like, yeah, I've got these, like this judge version. Not interested in the trade.
I mean, they'd have to do that for winter cards first to change the art, because that would be like #1 priority.
Yeah, I mean, I already don't like. I've been very vocal. I think exclusive pricing for any level of event, like I think when you're doing like local qualifiers and like anything above like your regular local weekly, like I'm okay with like the regular local weekly kind of being like not super like snazzy or whatever, and like we don't have to have like brand new art all the time, and like I'm okay with like the brand new like the vertical maneuvering equipment or whatever. Like we got the alt for that, and I think there was a shiny one for the winner.
Yes, I believe so.
No, it was shiny
they
regular.
had the victory in the.
Yeah, it had the
text
victory in the
box.
text box. Yeah,
Which I mean, I think that way they're doing it is less egregious, and it's still fine because everybody's getting a new art, which is cool. I would like to see like a distinction in the actual art itself, other than just a stamp. Like you can do the victory thing to kind of show and like give it a little bit of extra flair, but like having an alternate art is cool. And I understand that maybe it's like the price point or being able to do that with assets might not really be something they can really do. But I would like to see like if somebody is judging an event or they're judging like getting judge points or whatever it is, I think they should get unique promos, things that I can't get as a normal player, and stuff that's worth trading or selling. Like give them a way to like spend time teaching people the game, running through the exams, like really becoming knowledgeable about this game. Because that also when you have a judge hanging around, it gives people confidence when they're playing the game nearby. And sometimes having a judge around to say, yeah, here's how this works, or explain something rule-based, it bolsters players' experience. I work at a store that primarily does a different card game, and we have multiple judges for that card game on staff. The amount of people where their response is, wow, that's awesome. And then they come to our events for that game is relatively noticeable. So I think giving judges a real reason to want to be part of this program. I think cool arts that aren't just, hey, it says judge here instead of victory, or I think different arts and like unique stuff that they can either, one, if they're not interested in them, turn around and sell for on the second
secondary market.
Yes, that one. Thank you. On the secondary market or something of that nature, I think would be very beneficial for not only the game, but judges themselves. And it also like if you're getting sick promos for like higher level events, you might see a greater average of judges wanting to judge higher level events, and they turn their experience with this game primarily towards judging.
Yeah, no, I think that's like the biggest thing. So going back to a little bit earlier, is like I've heard multiple times over the years, complaining about the judge program and how it's kind of, like Jake was saying, very bare bones. I think to Jake's point, it is very important that these judges are getting meaningful promos or whatever they want to use as compensation, that it's worthwhile, because to be a judge, you obviously have to care about the game, and you're putting enough time in it to learn all of the rules and how everything interacts with each other. And they're using all this knowledge not to participate in these events, but to and play and try to win these other promos. But they're giving their time to judge and make sure that it's good for the people that are playing in the event. So I think it's very, very important that these judges are getting compensated in a way that is meaningful, like, not just a stamp, but like a special judge card. I think that's important.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we want a different art for the judges of the same promo, or do we want a different promo?
I think it could be either. I think either way, as long as it's unique, like not unique, and then like a card that doesn't exist outside of. I mean,
I meant like a different alt art.
Yeah, as long as it's like an alternate art that is exclusive to judges, whether it's the same card or a different card, I don't think super matters. I think the more playable, the better. Just because then, like, my big thing is judges should want these cards either to collect and take pride in judging because they have cool collectibles that are hard to find, which also makes them more valuable in the second market. And I understand it's not the game's responsibility to kind of like to worry about the secondary market.
I mean, it isn't, right?
And I understand that they don't make money off the secondary market, but also your judges being able to use something that is hopefully cost efficient for the company to either, grease the wheels with, or, something of that nature, kind of like give them a little bit more incentive, because if they're not having to shell out the actual money to the judge, but the judge can still get like some form of compensation for judging in the form of either cool collectible or something they can turn around on the secondary market and get something valuable worth their time. I think it's very important because like James said, they have to invest in all of this knowledge for the game and love for the game, but they don't get to go sit down and play the same way we do. They get to stand there and look over our shoulders and say, and like push their glasses up and go, actually,
you're not allowed to do that.
So, and it's very valuable, but they should be compensated fairly in that aspect.
I definitely agree with that. I think that they should get their own card. I'm curious if the judge points are going to be like our points that we get for participating, if they can buy the judge promos that they can judge for. Because that could be cool.
That'd be that would be neat. I'd like to see like event exclusive ones where like if you judge this event, like every judge on hand got like a certain number of them, and then or like something. And I would like the judge promos or the judge points if they're usable for anything. I'd like them to be judge exclusive. I don't want like, and I say this as a player that I will probably not invest in the judge program at all.
I will probably go through a little bit of it just to see how much I really know.
And I mean, I usually it's just not like the thing I care about. So in the aspect of like myself, but like I would like to see like the judge points if they use them in any capacity, like what we currently have for player points. I want them to be wholly unique. I want them to be things that like we can't get. So like if you have this stuff, you're either one trading with judges, or you've judged events, or something,
or you're spending your money to judges.
Or you're giving your money to judges for things. Like that's awesome. There's nothing bad about that. And that's kind of what I want for that. Like for other people.
I agree, supporting the staff that helps run an event in that manner, like the judge team that runs that event, will just make each event that much stronger.
I don't have much of a dog in this fight because I'm not I don't know too much about the roles or the rules of the game, but I want judges to get nice things. I think they put a lot of work in, and every judge I've ever interacted with has been extremely nice and super helpful, and I've only ever come away from interactions with them like happy about it. Even when I'm just like, even when my opponent is not happy because I stop because I'm like, I'm not sure you can do that, and then I flag a judge down and I'm like, just to make sure, is this legal? And they say, yeah, it's legal. And then I say, okay, thank you. And then my opponent is like, I told you so.
Yeah, then your opponent explodes.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's not,
All right,
that's
Steph.
actually never happened. I just made that up.
The explosion,
Your
or are
opponent's
you talking
never
to people?
exploded?
Never.
That's crazy.
Just in
I've
case
never
anyone like was disturbed by that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just want
At
to
least-
say, Steph, before we move on to the next bullet point, that in the current judge program, you just said you don't really feel like you know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You could pass that test.
You think
100%.
so? Really?
I believe you could do it right this second and you'd
That's
pass
surprising. I'm gonna do it right now while you guys are talking. I'm not actually.
it. Do it right after the
That's
podcast.
tempting.
It can be its own short.
Yeah.
Yeah, for legal reasons, none of Steph's opponents have ever exploded. If you have any further questions, please get in contact with our attorney. We are not answering questions on the subject.
At this time.
Hi, I'm the attorney.
No.
Let's just go to the next bullet point.
Next bullet point. More organized play events. We're refining our regional schedule, not us, UVS.
Ours too.
I guess, yes, also us. I think we plan to be at a lot of them, hopefully.
Pretty much everyone that I can go to.
We definitely, hopefully, with the way we want to do everything regarding event coverage, hopefully we'll be there. But also, mainly talking about UVS. We're refining our regional schedule to prioritize areas with larger player communities, offering more premier events where they're most needed. At the same time, we're expanding local level events with a focus on welcoming new players to the game and tournament scene. By strengthening our local player bases, we'll lay the foundation for continued growth and expansion of large-scale competitive events in the future. 2025 will be focused on growing local player bases.
I am
mean,
super
this is-
happy about that. Like,
Yeah,
that's
this is very important.
yeah, that's been a really big struggle for us. And we've talked about this before, but we live in like a city of like 1 million people plus, like including all the suburbs, like the metropolitan area, and it's been
Do we?
hard to make. We do, yeah, it's over 1 million.
I'm
I thought
fact
it
checking
was-
this right now.
That
Sorry.
was 3 million.
It's
no?
not 3, but it's over 1
Is
million.
it not 3?
If you're counting like the metropolitan area of the place that we live, it's over 1 million.
Yeah, because we live in the city redacted.
Yeah, and it's counting all the suburbs. And
Oh
like,
yeah, no, I'm way off. I was thinking of something totally different.
Yeah, we live in Alexandria.
yeah.
Whoa.
But
I don't live in
Anyway.
Alexandria. I live in Crit Roll, but
Was I wrong, Brian?
Uh,
Did you find out?
Yeah, I am not seeing a number quite to the 1 million mark.
What is it?
I'm seeing about 400,000. Now, the suburbs are probably not included in this. So
Yeah, like-
I would
I'm
say with the
seeing-
suburbs you could probably get close.
Yeah,
1
I'm
mil.
seeing county. So our whole
Yeah.
county is 682.
Okay, so it's
But
not quite there, but rounding up, we'll
700.
say a million.
700,000.
It's a lot of people.
rounding up, we're in a place of like 10 million people.
Yeah, okay. My point is, we're in the biggest city on the planet.
We
We're the most
we
important
actually
city that's ever
colonized
existed.
Mars.
Yeah. But anyway, it's hard to make like every week, and it's like it's kind of the same people, and it's hard to get that support on a local level, and there's only so much we can do to like push our game stores and try to advocate for ourselves. Like we need more support from Universus to kind of help get people into it.
Yeah, even being on game store staff that was running the game and everything, like talking to people, handing out demo decks, trying to get people interested in the game. It's incredibly difficult, especially because some of the stuff can look daunting to people. Like there's a bunch of like numbers on the card that like you just don't know,
And words.
and there are words you have to
And a
read
picture
those.
on every single card.
Whoa, hold on. All of that to say, locals need growing.
Yeah.
It can be very hard. Like even when you are working at a store and you're very passionate about this game, and you are not only is it your job to help peddle the game, but also you want to out of sheer enjoyment of the game. It is still difficult.
We don't have anybody like that here, but we've heard that on the streets.
Specifically the streets outside Sydney. No, I'm kidding. But like that's kind of the big thing is like the game needs local growing. There are again the big outcry for webcam players and events is mainly due to the fact that locals, like even if they start up a scene, you'll get like we've gone through iterations where at certain points where we've had 16 to 20 people every week for like a month and a half to like then it'll uptick, it'll go down to like 4 to 6 people, and then it'll uptick and we'll have like you'd have like 12 people again for a little bit, and then some people like the game's hard or different meshing of like play styles, or like they don't like the direction of the game, or they get burnt out on the IP, and then they quit playing the game for the shiny new Bandai game or whatever. Yeah, I'm glad to see that they are still considering local growth very important.
I think it is the most important thing that they could focus on is getting more people to play the really cool game that we play.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason they had to get rid of the point system at the beginning of the season is there were not enough locals for everybody that wanted to go to Vegas to get their points to go. And
that's why it was the smallest regional.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's just at every, I don't know, I feel like every problem that people generally have with the game and at least the competitive like regional scene stems from the lack of local play, because they either don't have people that they can test with locally, or they just they don't feel like they can access cards from like people want to buy their stuff locally, and if they don't have a store that's supporting the game, yeah, they can go to Rochester, which we love those guys,
which is great. I love those guys.
Absolutely, but a lot of people like that experience of going to your local card store, getting the cards in person, opening them up that day, maybe cracking them with your friends at the store. Like it's the local scene is extremely important for any card game, and I think that this one does struggle some.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
At
part
least
of it is
currently.
yeah, and part of it like trading with your friends or borrowing half your deck from James. Like those are all important parts.
I've never done that
of community play. Like
I would like to stop doing that.
But like, yeah, I think that's awesome. Speaking of awesome pricing for premier events.
Woo, that's the segue.
This has been a focus for the organized play team. Starting this year, we'll be rolling out UVS, not us, prize walls for each regional, national, and world championship event. If you've been around the podcast, we love prize walls.
We like talking about stuff.
And prize walls. There are exclusives at each event you will be unable to get access to anywhere else, except for weird promos that are showing up on the prize wall for Worlds, if I remember, like weird Gen Con promos and stuff recently acquirable.
Reacquirable.
Yeah, that's meh. But we're excited to see our Premier Play community experience these awesome new prizes and events, and we have additional prizes later this year we're excited to reveal in the coming months. Rad.
I'm excited to see what future prize walls look like. I'm excited to go to events and play in the side events when I do bad, and Captain is still duking it out for top seed.
Yep.
And just be like, whatever. I'm just going to go play Miss Mountain 2.
Yay, lurkers in teams. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say on this one. Pricing, rad.
Other than, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've talked it to death. We love prizes and prizes.
We love stuff.
We
love things. We're consumers. We consume.
Prize wall for president.
Hell yeah. I'd go for them.
We're consumers.
I'm consuming.
We love stuff. Gulp. We love prize walls. The only thing better than a prize wall, stuff related, is if we could end up in that partner program.
Or both.
True.
Or both.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
How many times do you think we have to make this joke before they set this wrong?
We can't stop making this joke. We're going to be part of the partner.
To the shindig.
Yeah.
We're going to be part of the partner program making this joke.
Yeah.
It is a consistent
to the shindig. Next bullet point. Shocker. We love this one too. Fun prizing for weekly events.
More prizes? Wow.
That's a topic that is dear to our team. Stuff.
Goodies.
Dear to
in
us
August.
In the future August.
In August, with the release of our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles booster, said, "Let's go!" We love turtles.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We'll
I
be
like
rolling
turtles.
out our event packs, not us, UVS, to support weekly local play. These 3-card packs will provide a variety of alternate art and parallel foil cards for you to earn and trade for. Stay tuned for more details on the cards included in these packs. Yes. Thank you.
Love this.
Yes.
Yep.
That's awesome.
This is what the Plus Ultra pack should have always been.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, but also awesome.
Yeah. Yes, but awesome.
Jake, you said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and as soon as you said that, my brain kept repeating Teenage Needle Teetles like over and over, and I heard nothing you said after that.
Read the post.
I'll TLDR it for you.
We get new cool stuff. We get packs.
Okay,
We like
cool.
stuff.
But
Yeah, the big
We're getting a half promo pack, like the solo levelings,
Oh.
except that's your weekly prizing.
Ooh, instead of
Yeah,
like
for
going to a
the
local.
promo card, like the single.
Yeah, it'll be a pack with 3 cards in it of however many cards in that
Like pool.
alt art set. Yeah, that
okay,
pool.
we love it.
yeah, with alt art and parallel foil. So
Which just
like,
means we're getting XRs back.
Yeah,
Parallel
we-
foils are just the XRs.
yeah, it just means like we're getting alt arts, and then on top of getting alt arts, we're getting alt arts, which is sick. We know here at Responsible Play, Jake's a big complainer of
He is.
of dumb stamps and stuff that is functionally the same card and visually the same card, but with a word on it somewhere.
He's also the
Lame.
funny one.
Apparently, I'm the funny one. Who would have guessed? And I'm glad to see it starting with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The coolest set that was announced.
That is probably the biggest set this year that I'm excited
Steph, we're gonna
for.
kick you off the podcast.
Uh,
I don't care that you're the captain of our team.
That's
No.
definitely Strive. Strive's the biggest one
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Strive,
Oh, yeah.
Strive is cool. Don't
Yeah.
get me
Strive
wrong.
is cool, but it's no
I'm
Teenage
excited
Mutant
for
Ninja
Strive.
Turtles.
Well, yeah,
I'm-
because it's Guilty Gear Strive.
I am definitely excited for Strive. I think Strive will be fun. But the biggest one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I would like to put this
Such a
out
big
in.
get.
I would like to put this out into the ether. I want us to reveal all 4 turtles. So
I
somebody
wish, but there's no
somebody at UVS make that happen.
Jake would be so
let,
happy.
Linoco.
He would probably
Let-
cry.
Let me know what we have to do.
let us know what we have to do. I will beg. I'll cry. I'll grovel. Don't care. We
I-
want to reveal all 4 turtles.
There's not much he
I'll
wouldn't do. at this point.
unspeakable things.
Yeah.
We will reveal them, and I'll even put together a bit. Like we'll do something awesome.
I'll
for
dress
the
up like a
reveal.
turtle.
And
Oh my
Brian will dress
God.
up like a turtle.
And I'll put my webcam on. I don't even care. I'll go to events as a turtle.
Okay, hold on. I don't want you to sell the family boat.
But only if we get to reveal them. So then, like that's the contract.
That's the
If I
contract.
reveal them, I will do those things. If
Brian
not,
has to do Lucy. Actually, you know what? If it's just Brian, I'm in on that. I
yeah, I mean,
said-
I'm the most turtle-like here.
I agree with
So-
everything that Brian has said that he will do.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely. I don't care who I have to talk to. I'll talk to him. I'll beg. If we got to reveal all 4 turtles, I might actually cry.
I believe that.
So
I would.
really do think you would cry.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I would cry on camera because that's what we deserve.
but yeah, so I'm super excited that we're getting alt arts and stuff with like the turtle set. So now on to the next point. Casual webcam events.
We were talking about these. Woo, 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 woo.
We've been having internal discussions, not us, UVS, and are actively exploring ways to support external webcam events. Our goal is to implement features that make webcam integration simpler and efficient. Hey, big ups.
Yeah.
Yes,
Love that.
and it's a
More
big
ways
deal.
for
That's
people to
great.
play.
Yeah, I think as much as I probably don't and won't take part in webcam events, that doesn't mean I'm not sympathetic to the cause.
I just redone my desk. I'm really excited about my room that I'm going to be doing those in, and I'm probably going to start next week going back to doing webcams like all the time.
But yeah, I think it's a big win. I think that's awesome. I hope that webcam players will show up. I hope people have fun with them, and I hope that they will make it awesome. And I hope it goes well.
I would like to do more webcam events. I just don't have a good space for a webcam.
Yeah, I'm like too. I don't think that I would like webcams because I don't like the idea of having to sit at my desk and being like forced to sit at my desk for a long time. Like I feel like I'd want to get up and like mess around and do something else, but then I'd get in
You do
trouble
that
for
in
doing
between
that.
rounds.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I could get up, but then what if I don't have time?
That's-
Play
I think
faster.
that's your I was gonna say,
That's
I think that's your
Godzilla.
problem.
Yeah,
That's a
You're
you
right.
thing, not a them thing.
you're right.
I played Ochako too. I had plenty of rounds where I'm like, man, I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'm gonna do whatever.
Yeah, it's real simple. If you're running low on time, just concede.
Yeah.
Play aggro.
Next point. Adjusting our release cadence. This one is one that Brian has been actually on about for a little bit, and I kind of agree with it. Also on less sense, I do like getting a lot of things, but this was an important lesson for us. Sometimes more isn't better. Us being UVS, not response on play. In 2024, we released 4 booster sets and 16 constructed decks. Looking ahead to 2025, we're taking a more focused approach with plans to release 4 booster sets and 8 constructed decks. We believe that gives us the best opportunity to bring you awesome worlds and ensure you have the time to enjoy them. In fact, through February 28th, you can earn bonus reward points for signing up to play in our first pre-release of 2025 Critical Role Heroes of Exandria, which you should definitely go do. Go to a pre-release. They're super fun. And sign up for one early and get extra points so you can get cool promo stuff.
They're very fun.
Yeah.
Agreed. Pre-releases are sick.
I think that's like my favorite format or whatever it's called is playing.
Sealed formats are
sealed.
so good.
I love it.
I love sealed. I won the sealed Atlanta.
Yeah, I had a
Nice.
blast
The
game
Super
like
where I got 3. I went 3-0. I wasn't the only 3-0, obviously.
Correct. That did happen. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, you had to wait on me.
Did have to wait on you actually, as they tried to kick me out of the event.
I don't think they tried to kick you out yet, but
no, I was kind of like sitting there. They were ushering people out, not specifically me, but I kind of like hid next to Brian.
looked like he was doing something.
But yeah, like this is good news. I think this is really cool. And I do think too many decks were getting released. Like we're seeing too much stuff. The stuff bloat has felt real these last couple of months where like we got AOTE 2 and then also Dark Deku, solo leveling,
4
Tekken,
like
Star
Tekken
Trek.
4 Star Trek decks. I said that it basically like exactly what they said here. I was just like, we're releasing slightly too much. I want to own everything because I want to be competitive. I want to play the game. I like to support the company and my local game store by buying stuff. I'm a consumer. But it was getting to the point where I'm like, I can't afford to do all this and still do all my other things that I have to do.
Yeah, I think I was getting a bit of like release fatigue too. Like
Yeah,
so
release
much,
fatigue.
It was coming out so much so fast. I just kind of didn't care. Like Lower Decks came out and I was like, cool. And then I don't know. I guess not that I didn't care, but yeah, no, I just didn't care.
But you couldn't do anything. I mean, like for me, it's like, well, I'm buying Sam Rutherford because it has cards that I know are going to be good. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the others, I don't know that they're good yet, so I haven't bought them yet.
Yeah.
And when somebody shows that they're really good, if I haven't seen the sauce on them, and somebody else shows, hey, these cards are good, I'll go buy 2 of them.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
felt
we
like
did the same thing with Tendi. We got Tendi, and that was it because we needed cards from that deck.
Mhm.
And
I bought
the
solo
other-
leveling for that reason. I was like, I
Yeah.
need cards
Yeah.
from solo leveling. So Sung Jin Woo is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like as soon as I was able to like kind of get familiar with a new release and like figure out what it does, another one was coming out like immediately.
Yes.
So it was just like, oh my
It
god.
felt hard to. It just felt like the meta was constantly changing as
Yeah.
opposed to getting to solidify itself over
Yes.
3 months and then play that 3 months out and then play the next one.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I like
it was-
this setup a lot more. I mean, we're gonna get a set, and I assume 2 challenger decks each time. Something kind of like the Godzilla Ghidorah. They clash.
I'm
or-
hoping they come out close to each other. Like,
Yeah.
all of them will be out before an event happens.
I
But like
surely
with
hope
enough
so.
time to actually play all those things.
Yeah, because like solo leveling came out today, and they're gonna be legal in 2 weeks. Like that
Yeah,
means,
for
like,
our Nats, solo leveling is legal, which is great
So-
for me because there were cards in there that I wanted. But
yeah, which means
like
have
if
to
I
pick
wanted to
them up.
test a Sung Jin Woo, like
Mhm.
I just got him yesterday.
I definitely agree with this. I think this is a good approach. I don't think cranking out ridiculous amounts of product is a good idea. It just leads to fatigue. I do like 4 booster sets a year. I think
Yeah, I think
one
4
every
is fine.
quarter is
Standard.
good. I think 8 decks. I mean, that's cool. It's still cool stuff because of the way they do challenger decks and stuff. Like it still gives you reason to
Since
be
they're typically
excited.
paired.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it just
usually
lets you
like
do a booster, 2 decks, a booster, 2 decks.
yep. So like you get like cool alt art cards. that are usually like have to do with another character in the IP, and there's usually two characters. I could almost see them trying to do like with these decks, like push 3 characters if they really wanted to. Like,
I mean, they did for Godzilla, right?
3 characters in each box.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Godzilla, Mothra, one of the Mecha Godzillas, and then it was Rodan, or sorry, it was Ghidorah, Rodan, and the other Mecha Godzilla.
Ah, that's right.
Because there were 6.
Yeah, I think,
and I agree. I think they should do that more. Obviously, we already know Street Fighter's only going to be 2 and 2 because it names them.
That's
and I'm so excited to see Luke.
Sad,
in this game.
Sad no Akuma, but
I mean, Akuma had his time. This is not his time.
I mean, Ryu and Chun-Li felt pretty obvious. I'm a little surprised that it wasn't Ryu and Ken. But maybe that's just
nah. Chun-Li's cool.
I mean, no, Chun-Li's cool. What I mean is like Ryu and Ken being in a deck, and then Chun-Li, and I mean, Jamie seems cool.
Jamie is cool.
I haven't played Street Fighter 6.
I'm bad at Jamie, but he's cool.
Jamie's a character I would like to play.
I think that I would like them to do the alt art for Ryu as Ken.
That would be really funny, actually.
Because they're like the same. They play like pretty close to the same.
Not anymore, but like back in the day, that's true.
Sure.
Ryu's pretty balanced and Ken's more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely now.
I think that's pretty sick.
I think... Yes, I'm excited for the new release schedule. I think that's a good idea.
Just feels more balanced.
And I'm excited to see what a mini set or like a smaller set is, because they were talking about that for Guilty Gear. I think was the one. I could be wrong.
I don't remember seeing anything.
One of them was supposed to be a smaller set. I thought that was Guilty Gear.
No idea. I just know
could be
this
wrong.
Behemoth Typhoon.
I'm pretty excited for this year with just the release schedule being a lot more balanced. We won't feel nearly as suffocated, but this year's like IP lineup just is really exciting.
I'm so excited for everything we're gonna get. There's so many cool things. I want to get like every booster set that was announced. I'm like, I want to buy that. I need these cards. I don't know if they're gonna be good, but I want to have them.
I mean, that's how I feel with Guilty Gear. Is like even if Slayer's in the set and he's bad, I don't care. I'm playing him. But I do that anyway. I play bad characters. But my boy Slayer, I'm playing him.
Dolphin people until they die. I think it'll be funny.
Can I play Ragna, Bloodlord?
No.
Please.
You heard him.
No.
Sorry. You have to become captain to make that decision.
I would love a Blaze Blue set. That'd be rad.
Dude, Blaze Blue's sick. I would also love that.
I honestly didn't think we would get Guilty Gear in Universus, just because just because other games are getting the IP doesn't mean Universus won't, but I just felt like the chance was slimmer. And if nothing else, like Universus could have Blaze Blue, which I mean would be just as cool.
Please. That would be awesome.
It's just we have Guilty Gear at home in the most affectionate way possible. I love Blaze Blue.
No, I mean, why not both?
Yeah, eventually, obviously, I want both. I wonder if we'll get the newest DLC character. I want Dizzy. She's cool.
So, on to next point. We've got additional event programming at tournaments. With the introduction of the prize wall at regional level events, our tournament organizers now have more flexibility to incorporate additional side events than ever before. This opens up opportunities for them to expand programming as they see fit, tailoring the experience to their communities. Additionally, we will continue collaborating closely with our tournament organizers, offering suggestions and connecting them with resources to enhance experiences beyond gameplay. Additional stuff that organizers can do, so hopefully that any organizers they get, I know Sean is very, very ears to the ground with community stuff, via like, Rochester Retro, stuff like that. So I have no doubt that he'll be making cool, like, little snap stuff. And like UVS said, they'll work with stores or organizers, rather, not stores, but organizers at these higher level events, regional level, I think specifically, to do more stuff, which is awesome. And I'm hoping more organizers take advantage of this and really try to make our events unique from one another, make people want to travel to all these events when they can, and really make it worth showing up.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that UVS Games is working with Sean O'Brien for the World's Festival.
Yes,
correct.
So, reading this is basically just made me think of that. So, if there's just more of this, I'm all
Yeah, I'm
for
like, I think that's the intention, is basically like what we're seeing at Worlds, like whatever they're doing to support Sean is probably close, maybe not the same extent,
Mm-hmm.
of what they're going to be doing for other tournament organizers at the regional level. Just going, hey, we will provide the prize wall, we will provide these things, run cool side events, make up new side events, do weird things, try out something, and we'll see if we can make it a thing.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I like seeing different ways to play the game, and these side events are definitely a way that we can experiment with that. And so it's cool to let these tournament organizers get a little creative and see what, add their own little flair to each one of these events.
Like I only have one complaint about the Collector's Cup, and that's that I don't have a standard deck that is blinged out as what they want.
Yeah, I remember like looking at that. I'm like, this is kind of cool, kind of funny, but like, man, I'm playing commoner Universus. Like, I don't got a lot of bling.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I'll rebuild Ochako too. She's bling to the max, and then she's not standard though, so she don't count.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to restate everything I've said, but I've also talked about this a lot. Yeah, I'm excited for all these additional things. I'm excited to be able to do something when I fail out at Nats, which is gonna happen.
Side events are dope.
Yeah.
I don't agree though, because Captain, you're the greatest. That's why you're the captain.
Yeah, I mean, you did place higher than all of us at Atlanta, so
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
why you're the captain.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you mean when you top Nats?
I don't know about all that.
When you win that, sorry, we should have put some respect on your name.
True.
Godzilla Gaming do be gaming. Next point, play format. Teams format support at major events. Let's go. So now, more support for hanging out with your friends and playing in team format. While teams will not be our primary format for competitive events, UVS, not us, teams will be featured in other non-regional events throughout the upcoming cycle, ensuring there are plenty of opportunities to enjoy and compete in this beloved format. We fully recognize how much you love the teams format and are excited to continue supporting it through large-scale side events. Excited to get started on teams play. Sign up for our nationals. Yeah, I love teams event. Like I've already said, we're playing lurkers for teams. I think themed teams is really fun.
Yes.
I think the ability to kind of like, I think even if you're not playing themed teams, I think if you're like, you're try-harding and like trying like 3 of the best, whatever, I think it's really cool to kind of like be able to play with your friends in a like, shoulder to shoulder format. I think it's a lot of fun. There was an older card game that I used to play that I very much enjoyed playing teams events in. And I think they're fantastic. I love that they're becoming something a little bit more major. I love seeing teams being more and more important, not only for representing each team individually, like as far as like different like actual teams, but also in the way of like you and 2 friends can go to these events with the sole intention of playing teams. And I hope that it continues to grow as a bigger format, as like obviously not as like a main event thing, but something adjacent with its own standout pricing would be really cool. Which I mean, I think I know at Nats and stuff there is standout pricing like the belt and everything like that, but that's kind of the stuff you want. And I'd like to see like more events like that, maybe some more team team related stuff, or bonus small rewards for like coolest team combinations, or like really fun stuff like that to really get people in the spirit of like playing fun teams events.
My only complaint is trying to play an actual team, such as the Lurkers, is so much harder because we share cards and share symbols. And only being able to run 8 amongst the 3 decks makes it really hard. Other than that, teams is dope.
I'm going to inverse that. I love it. I think restrictions like that can be even a little bit more strict. I think because we can't play on the same symbol, correct?
Correct.
We can. We just can't play more of 8 of the same
right.
card. amongst the three of us.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think you could go as far as to say like you can't play on the same symbol, and like you already can't play the same character, so you can't stack characters on different symbols. So like I think doing that with no more than 8 copies between the 3 of you is a really neat restriction. I also do like I would like it if the restriction was also you can't play the same symbol to force diversity, especially when you're seeing stuff like if you have 2 people playing, for instance, Chaos. You could end up in a way like I think Chaos is very strong right now. So 2 of your 3 team members being able to play 4 copies of whatever Chaos card they want, and just kind of picking best Chaos Leader 1 and best Chaos Leader 2, and gaming the format like that is kind of feels lame in my opinion. So I would like to see you can't share symbol at all. Force some unique builds. If you're already doing a team format, we should be striving to be unique anyway. In a sense where like you can still be competitive, you can still sweat, you can still stuff, and like we intend to do our best. Even playing lurkers is like because we're obviously playing for fun. We're not expecting
Absolutely.
to go in there and just like win it. We're not big meta time invested. We're more invested in the main event, but we do want to go support teams format, and we do want to play like we like playing fun theme teams. So we are going to show up with the lurkers.
I was going to say the restriction I think would be cool to see would be these people have to be characters that would team up with each other. Because we're a character game.
I don't hate that, but I feel like then you're kind of crossing hairs, or crossing beams, or like splitting hairs, or whatever the adage is. I think that going that far, because like also the cool thing is you can kind of play like whatever characters together. I think that's unnecessary. I just think if you limit it to symbols, it's kind of like the same thing. And then it's just like fun bonus points when you see like teams that you're like, oh hey, you guys are playing
It's a real team.
Class 1B, and people look at us and they're going, oh, you guys are playing lurkers. That's fun.
No, I agree. I just think it'd be a cool way to do that, but I agree it would restrict it in a way that might not be as exciting in some ways for other people.
Yeah, because like we want a theme team anyway. It's just kind of like what we do.
Being on
that
theme.
could be something that gets explored at the regional level by one of those TOs. They decide, hey, we're
hey,
gonna do.
It's Yu Yu Hakusho. You can only play one of the team groups.
Yeah, or something like that. Like they could make that distinction because they get the little more creativity. So it'd be interesting to see how they make changes to these events to make them their own.
That would actually be very cool to just see an event where it's like, hey, we're having our own little sort of like dark tournament event. You can only play characters from these select teams or what have you.
Like if you're going to be part of a team, you have to be part of the same team.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Like having
that's what I'm talking about. Like that's
you know
the stuff
what?
That's cool.
Actually, I wish we got the rest of those teams like from the dark tournament, or like filled out those teams. And I would like to run a dark tournament between like some of the content groups. Like everybody gets teams, and then you have to have your team.
Some regional, hook us up.
Not even some regional, just
like Hakusho Spotlight. We have to play a team.
Not even just some regional. Like we could orchestrate that ourselves. Like everybody gets a team, and then we like record our matches and like do it in like a fun tournament structure where like they're like knockout matches or whatever. I think that would be pretty funny.
Actually, that sounds like a lot of fun.
But yeah, there's also like I just feel like there are some teams like you have like one team that has 2 characters on it, and then you have like Team Urameshi where all 5 characters are playable, and then Team Tagoro where all 4 characters are playable, and then you have like Yuri Togi where 2 characters are playable.
Yep.
Yeah. There are only 2 Team Yuritogi characters?
Yeah, because there's Suzuki and Shishi.
Sure, the only ones that are in the show, basically.
And then Masho is only Jin and Toya.
Yeah, and then also the first one is Rinku and Chu.
Yeah,
Rikuya.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool if we got like a Dark Tournament Part 2, but I don't think we're gonna get that. That'll never happen.
That's true.
From small amounts I've heard based on like using the IP and like stuff. So probably not happening. Would love
unfortunate side effect.
But yeah, moving on. Anybody else anything about play formats, teams?
I hope that this gives a little more space for people to use characters that rely a lot on healing, so that you can heal yourself and your teammates. Kind of
That would be cool.
Give our support mains out there some love, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool format,
But
I don't think Teams is not set up that way. So
is it not?
No, it's a best of 3 between
I see.
3 different members of the
okay.
team fighting a best of 3.
I thought it was more like a
It's a best of
Commander style
1
thing.
spread out by 3 players. Like it's best of 3 between the whole team. So like
Okay.
each of you plays 1.
Is it still a best of?
I thought it was.
A best of
Like,
1.
you
to
play
become a best of
1.
3?
Like each of you play 1, and that's your best of 3.
I see. Okay. So it's still like you're kind of still on your own then.
Kind of, yeah. I would like to see like an actual team.
That would be a
sport-
cool idea, though.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I thought
especially-
Teams was.
Especially as they make these characters that sound like they're more geared
Interact
towards
with
like
Yeah.
players.
commander type format.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought Teams was. That's why I was like, when I was
No.
seeing characters, that was like everybody, like you can heal a player, you know, where it's like, okay, so they're setting it up so that you can heal yourself or a teammate or something.
The big
I mean,
problem.
that's some future design space that they're looking at.
Yeah,
For sure. I think that's what
that's
they're
what it
thinking
seems
about.
like. Okay.
the big problem would really just be like making it like turn structure matter. Like you would have to like one team take their turn at the same time, the other team take a turn at the same time is like the
Yeah.
only way with like 6
Be
people it
wild in our
easily
game.
works.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like you each build like so like then you have to answer the question like do you each have your own progressive or do you all share progressive? If you all share
Yeah.
progressive, then like organizing your attacks like which would actually be kind of fun because if you're organizing your attacks based on like one progressive and
I
then also
wonder-
like building your foundations and you're playing like a 3-headed giant essentially.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 3-headed giant. I was
Yeah.
gonna say
That'd be
like
interesting.
that's just 2-headed giant, and that sounds sick. That would be so fun.
I actually, the more I say stuff like this, I think this sounds sick as hell. UVS,
That
if you want
sounds
some
fun.
you want some
Two-
ideas on this format?
2-headed
hit us up.
giant
Yeah.
in Universus sounds fun as hell.
Hit us
Royalties
up.
10%.
Yeah.
I will.
We'll take free product. Actually, you don't have to give us free.
Absolutely.
I'll take the royalties.
I'll take the royalties.
Everyone else can have their product, but me, no, money.
I can buy product
no,
with royalties.
No royalties. She means she wants to be crowned. Like she's the
True.
queen. She's the
The
queen.
queen of Universus,
True.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
no.
wants actual.
next to her king of monsters.
Yeah.
True.
There you go.
But yeah, like actually, like the more I was sitting there talking about that sounds sick.
Dude, I'm in. I'm so in. That sounds fun as hell.
I want to help design this format, please and thank you. Please inbox me.
Hit us up.
Response
We'll come up with all the rules.
at gmail.com.
Real email, by the way.
Real email, by the way.
Truly, anybody who wants to email us. do that.
Yeah, I guess anyone can. Prefer to keep it offers or partner program type stuff. So, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Growing our team, enhancing UVS, not us. Enhancing product quality. In 2024, we strengthened our team by filling key roles across our organization, enabling us to better deliver the amazing products you love by expanding our editing and quality assurance teams, enhancing logistics for faster product delivery and refining process through our PMO organization. UVS Games wants to continue to enhance product quality.
So, reading between the lines, they made some money in 2024 and they hired some people.
I hope so.
I'm
It
good.
seems like they were more profitable, so they were able to like expand the team, which is good. I'm glad.
Which is great. I want that to happen.
Same, for sure.
I want this to be the biggest card game that exists. Because I
Also-
think this game is fun as hell.
I think PMO stands for Project Management Office. That's not defined, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Most likely.
I'm just the wet one.
Steph and I, as the captain and co-captain, are people who know things.
Are you co-captain or vice captain? Did we
no.
ever decide?
Well,
I like
he's not-
vice captain, but they
he's-
didn't like that. They vetoed it.
No, so you're captain, and he's assistant to the captain.
Assistant to the
Assistant to
captain.
the
I'm assistant. I'm fine with that too.
Captain
But
assistant.
yeah, captain's assistant. We know things.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Well,
assistant
I'm just
to the
here-
captain.
I'm just here
Not
to yes
assistant-
man
not a
you.
captain- Not captain's assistant, assistant to the captain.
Wait,
Thank
so
you.
you're like a skipper when we're on this, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
You're the skipper.
I'm
And he's more of
I'm
a
the
jump
skipper.
rope kind of guy, but
more of like I'm really more of like a professor or maybe the Marianne.
Okay.
Maybe both combined.
That makes me Gilligan. I don't like this.
You are Gilligan, 100%.
I mean, my main thing is enhancing product quality. We give our fair share of good and ups around here, but fix your print lines.
Yeah.
I am so tired, very tired of pulling cards out of these packs, being excited about a card, and then going, my frame is cut in half, and it looks like the two halves of my card don't line up, like because they're shifted at a print line or something.
Or the print line is just like very egregious, like
yeah,
you
or
just
it's just
look
like
at it and see
ruining the cool art I have on these cards. Like the art has only gotten better in this game. The game has
True.
only been doing better with like art display. Like it's,
True.
I have really enjoyed how far the game's come, even just
Preach.
from My Hero Season 1,
Yeah.
like set 1. I mean,
Preach.
like the art is not been better. The styling on the cards, the choices have never been better. They're very
Hallelujah.
good right now.
Mm-hmm.
The print lines are egregious, and they're a big concern for at least me and anybody I've talked to about the cards.
Amen.
I pulled out my cards to show somebody the other day, and they were like, "Ooh, are all the cards like this?" Not a good way to get
Typically
people
not.
into your card game.
Yeah. They're pretty bad.
And, and then the other direction, like every time I have a card that that doesn't have it, I've had so many people walk by our tables while me and somebody else are playing, and they're like, "Oh, what are you playing?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Attack on Titan." I'm like, "Yes." There's Attack on Titan. There's My Hero. There's all these cool things, and they're like, "Man, these cards look cool."
Yeah, that's happened
And-
to us pretty often.
And it's
too.
hard when some of my cards don't look cool because they have bad print lines or are damaged. Not from me. When I damage them, I'm just like, yeah, this is my fault. Don't blame
because
the
you have
company
this
for this.
you have this bad habit of flossing with your cards.
You gotta stop
not
doing
sure.
that, Brian.
I can't help it.
Talked about it.
Can't help
No,
it.
for real though, looking at that, it does say that they're expanding their QA team. So
Yes, which is a big deal,
hopefully
and I'm
that
excited
is
to
part
see.
of going to be part of this. So
Yeah.
no print lines in Guilty Gear.
Please.
Hell yeah.
Please.
No print lines in the most important set, TMNT.
Yeah. You can put
when
them in
we
the
reveal
needle
all.
teetles.
Nope, not putting them in the
Please,
needles.
please don't put them in the needle teetles,
Not
and
put
also
them in the
never
needle
call them
teetles.
that again,
I'm
Captain.
exclusively calling them needle teetles from now on.
Of course you are.
When they,
You can't see it, but I'm grimacing
I will
and smiling at the same time.
and hulking.
I'm hulking out.
The
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, and if you guys want to, send me a chrome of all the turtles, one of each
Hell
turtle,
yeah.
to quality assure them. Before
Send
they go
each of
out.
us one turtle.
Yeah. Don't forget the print lines.
No,
James
forget
doesn't
the
get
print
one.
lines.
He's not.
Forget them.
he's
I
not
don't want
born.
them. You can leave the print lines at home.
We have print lines at home.
Well, James
do have print
James
lines
is
on.
Master Splinter.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
guess I guess it depends on who our current captain is.
Well, I guess
They
it has
should
to be
get Master
no,
Splinter.
because like I either have to have Raph or I have to have Leonardo. That's it.
But
Period.
Raph is so cool. He's got
Raph-
the color red.
Yeah, but he's angry, and so am I about these print lines
You're also
And
wearing a
combined
red
firepower.
shirt. It matches.
and combined firepower. Which,
That's
by the
fair.
way,
I
combined
don't play
firepower-
anybody. I guess I'm the
Whoa, whoa,
Michelangelo
whoa,
of the
whoa,
group.
no.
Combined firepower is ridiculously unfair. That card needs to be fixed. Blocking for
I'll be
fleet,
back in 10 minutes.
insane.
Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.
But yeah, I mean, Raph, I'm the angriest member. I should get Raph.
That's fair.
Saying.
I feel like I'm the Michelangelo.
What does he do?
Wait, Michelangelo's the funny one, and I'm the funny one.
That's true, but you said
No,
you're
you're
the
the right
angry one.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to be Michelangelo, so yeah, I'll take Raph. You can be Michelangelo.
He lives.
Can I be the rat?
He does.
Absolutely. That's Master Splinter.
Hell
He
yeah.
said that. He's a sensei.
Oh
He's
shit.
a sensei.
A rat.
He's a sensei.
Oh no!
All right, James, who are you?
That would make James Leonardo because Andrew would have to be Donatello.
I mean, that's fine. I like Donatello.
Yeah, I think I'm
Donatello's
okay with
cool.
this.
And then to cap this off, it says, "We're building this game for you, not us, UVS. And your feedback helps us make it even better. Still not us, still UVS.
Still, yes.
Comment any additional ideas below we should take into consideration. Have a great 2025, and they mean that in the Discord, I believe. So
Yes, that was in their Discord, their official Discord.
Their
about
official
a
Discord,
week and a
which
half
you
ago.
should join. My only real concerns are the print line. So like I think they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of given them pretty big praise recently. But truth be told, we love this game. Game's fantastic. I think they do a good job when they're trying to.
I think they're always trying. That
Yeah.
sounds rude. Like they're always trying, and like I get that they may not be at the quality that they want to present at.
I'm sure. Yeah. Like it must suck being an artist and like working really hard on like designing these cards and setting them up, and then there's a big ass print line down the middle.
And you're like, that's not my fault.
Nobody
I'm not
wants
the
that.
printer. I didn't print this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. It's just like
Exactly.
there's
No,
so
I
many
agree.
moving parts and like the logistics of like getting these all printed and like it's just I don't know.
And I'm like, and then like the idea, I'm like, you're gonna print like 10,000 of these. Some of
Yeah.
them are gonna be bad. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it
Sure.
sucks when somebody opens the bad one, and you're like, but we couldn't get rid of it because we couldn't afford to print more, like 2,000, and make sure only the best 1,000 were in there.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please fix.
And yeah, I'm like, but
Understood. I very much think so. I think they do. Like I said, I think they do a good job. I think they've really been pushing forward and not going backwards.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I know it definitely doesn't feel good when you work hard on something and then some idiot who's not even on the boat goes, well, I don't like your product. So I not that I don't like their product. I'm just some idiot that isn't on
Is
the
not
boat.
on the boat.
He's not.
I think these are really good points for this year. We'll see how they hold up. We can at the end of the year come back to this. If we remember, we probably won't. And kind of like cross analysis these and see where we ended up. But this looks like a really good roadmap going forward. And I'm excited for this year, at least for a couple of the sets and for the events for sure. The events have got me giddy.
Yeah, for sure. I think this list is really the major complaints that I mean, they said this came directly from the community, 200 responses. So everything that we wanted fixed looks like it's being addressed. So I'm excited to see where the game moves forward throughout this coming year.
for sure. And like, I know that, I mean, I was part of this survey for sure. I don't know who else in my team got it, but I know I was talking about, hey, we should be doing more cool stuff for weekly events. We should be doing adjusting our release cadence. I remember writing about that. I was like, hey, this needs to be maybe a little different. I want to spend as much money as possible, but like you're going past the amount of money I can spend.
Yeah. So like that's the thing, right? Is there's gonna be some bumps in the road, but the UVS games is taking the steps to improve, and I think we can all see that, which is important. They're not backtracking like we've been saying. They've been going forward.
Yeah, I have not been in really any other card game communities, but like I'm impressed by the amount that Universus listens and cares and like directly addresses feedback. Like they're completely closing the loop. They're saying like you put your feedback into a survey and it didn't just go into an ether. We read all of it and we like actioned on it. And I appreciate that. Like I feel like
And here's the actions we want to do.
yeah, like
from
that's
that survey.
showing a lot of respect for their community, who is like we're the reason their game is alive,
Yep.
So I appreciate
I
that.
want to be the reason their game is alive for a long time.
Yes. Thank you, John Universus. We appreciate you listening.
JU, respect.
JU respect. Yeah, that's been our coverage of the Discord messages and OCE meta breakdown and stuff. That's going to be all the time we have. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Response on Play. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Anywhere else, favorite, wherever you listen to the podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
This has been Steph, moderately concerned now about our situation.
Andrew, I don't know how to read a map.
Brian, I'm very sure we're lost.
I'm James. I'm the other guy.
And I've been Jake. Never let go.
I won't, Jake. I will never let go.